Hey guys, so this is going to be the last garage rock song that I show you, and then Monday I'm going to play all of them for you. I'm going to do the very best that I can to play all of them for you in a way that is instructional and informative, that showcases all the things that we've been talking about that make garage rock pretty distinct. Now, I've glossed over the fact that garage rock is viewed very much as a back to basics kind of form of rock and roll. You know, it's raw, it's gritty, it's not meant to be clean. It's not meant to have this high polished sheen to it. And the last song that is going to showcase this, as well as the ostinato kind of pattern that we've been talking about, is the song Howlin For You from the Black Keys. Now, I don't know how well you can see this from this angle, but, you know, it is the upright bass, so I will tell you how I'm playing this. There are like 2, maybe 3 riffs to the song in total, all based around an E minor pentatonic scale. Now, there are a couple different ways to do it. You can do it up where the 7th fret on your E string would be, and it would be 7, 5, 7, open. So 7 on the low E, 5 on the A, 7 on the A, and then open E string. That's one way to play the verse. Another way to play the verse is do it up here by where the 2nd fret on the A string would be, and work onto the D and open E. There are a lot of string crossings there. Might make it, if you're one who can be bored easily when playing, it might help keep your interest a little more, but, you know, this is another way. Now, those are the different ways to go about looking at the verse. Now, the chorus is another permutation on this main verse riff. It goes up to the high G and also goes down to the low G. So you're essentially playing the main riff, but you're adding a higher and lower G. So it's main riff, I'm doing it down by where it would be on 2. So 2nd on A, then to D, open 2, 4. So it would be on the ascending lick, it would be either an open G or a 5th fret G, down to 2nd fret E, and then 3rd fret G and open E. Now you can also do it up here. The problem that you will find, though, is that you also got to shift down. Now, it's a lot easier on a bass guitar because you got the frets that you can kind of look to and see and have a better mark on where it is. So those are like the couple of different ways to play it. Now there's one more riff. It's kind of like a big lick transitioning into and out of certain parts of the song where you just hammer on from what would be your open D. You could also play on the 5th fret A to the whole step above it, the E. And of course you want to give yourself enough time and practicing to hit that transition and get it right, so that you go into the next part of the song smooth, no problem. So now there are a couple of different things that I've mentioned in regards to garage rock songs, in that a lot of them follow a basic ostinato pattern. You know, one repeating phrase, riff, chord progression played the same way. But it doesn't have to. It absolutely doesn't have to. Like I've said many, many times, that garage rock is classified more as how it is classified by the sound. Do you sound like you're a bunch of kids playing in the garage? Well, I hope, because that's probably the only way you're going to be able to practice, unless you guys have enough money to rehearse in a studio. The ostinato, though, is one of the best stripped down ways to approach rock. I mean, you look at Iron Man, it's one riff, essentially one riff, and a couple of different permutations on that riff. You look at Immigrant Song, it's F sharp octaves for the bulk of the song. You look at Baba O'Reilly from The Who, it's F, C, B flat, F, C, B flat. So it shouldn't, if you want to expand upon it, go right ahead. But you got to be careful if you want to stay in the punk world and still, be considered a punk band, because most people ostracize punk musicians who knew theory, who could do actual, like, soloing, as opposed to short little snippets that chopped together work as a solo. Oh, a lot of these are the key ingredients that helped shape the earliest form of punk, and in certain degrees, a lot of the following results of punk. I mean, look at new wave. A lot of the new wave punk bands had really simple ostinato-like bass patterns to their ostinato-like songs. Even with bands like The Clash, the Sex Pistols, you got that an awful lot as well. So a lot of what I'm saying right now is, as I've said from the beginning of all this, geared toward helping you become the best punk bassist possible, but that doesn't mean stick only to this. By all means, learn, expand upon things. That's the only way you can become the best you can be, but this is, as I've said, for people who are looking for a specified area to become an expert in, because there are people who only want to be the best punk bassists. There are people who only want to be the best R&B bassists, who only want to be the best jazz bassists. So that's what these next couple weeks are going to be based around. I will take breaks to go back and talk about theory and some other stuff to help people who are more interested in being more well-rounded bassists, but this is what I'm doing right now. And if you want to see less of it and hear more of something else, feel free to contact me.